Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Channel Surfing. So, boating season is in full swing. I've had the SCE5 modified Channel Surfing edition now on all boating season. I actually got it on in February. Got some updated performance stats to go over because I've actually got the full 4-inch extension with the 1-inch flare. It actually does perform better, but what happens if it falls off? What's PowerTech going to do about that? Without any further ado, let's get started. Alright, so a couple of things with the prop. So it comes in 3 pieces. There's a 3-inch extension, a 1-inch flare, and then the prop. I've often wondered if like a vinyl wrap would look good, make like a barber pole with stripes, and maybe like some red, white, and blue stripes on it would be kind of cool. You know, they've been really successful in selling the props. I did an updated performance sheet. I actually took the prop with the full 4 inches. All my previous testing was done with just a 3-inch extension without this extra 1-inch flare, and I wasn't sure the flare was going to make a bit of difference or not. So I took it up to Port Susan on a nice day, not a lot of current, not a lot of wind, ideal conditions, and I'll put up on the screen here the performance that it got. And if you go to our website, let's go channelsurfing.com, click on upgrades, go down to the SCE5, you'll see this, the data sheet's all published there. But this thing in flat water will do 1.9 miles per gallon in my boat. First time I've ever seen that. That's freaking awesome. So anyhow, but the challenge is what happens if it falls off. Now, there's been a handful of folks that have actually had it fall off, you know, and PowerTech, as a courtesy, has sent new tubes out and put them back on. You got to use a lot of Loctite, stuff like that. However, I just got a phone call from Jared at PowerTech, and they have a solution to that problem. All right, because I know some of you are probably hesitant because you're worried that it might fall off on you. Now, if it does fall off, it ain't the end of the world. The prop will still get you home. It's still going to work. All you'll lose is miles per gallon in the mid-range. So it's not the end of the world, but it is disappointing. So they're going to start casting these props all as one unit, to make it all stainless all the way out. So going forward, that's what you should see they're working on getting that in production. And what about for all of us early adopters that have the 3-piece assembly? What's going to happen there? Well, they're actually going to have a plan where we can send our prop back to them, and they will weld on the stainless collar and then rebalance it and send it back. And they're going to do that at no charge. So if you've already bought the prop and you have this exact same thing that I've got, they have your name and contact information. Jared at PowerTech has been fantastic to work with. He's basically the channel surfing prop guy, and handles it. So he's got a name and address of every prop he's sold. Even if it's not for the R27, he knows who's got the exhaust barrel extensions on them. And he'll be reaching out, and they'll pay shipping back to them, and then they'll weld on the collar and then send it back. My recommendation is don't just flood them with phone calls and stuff. I mean, mine's working. If it was to fall off, I'd say, hey, I need to mail it to you and have you weld a new one on. If it's working, and I would let him work through the list and let him contact you and arrange that. It's also boating season. I mean, if it's working, go through boating season and send it to him in the off season, man. It's like, who wants to give up gorgeous weather like this for boating? But talk about the performance and stuff a little bit on it. Amazing what this thing does. So the key thing that this provides is mid-range miles per gallon. So if you want to do 11, 12, 13 miles an hour and still get better than 1.5 miles per gallon, the exhaust tube will do it. The sweet spot seems to be like 3,900 RPM to about 4,400 RPM. My boat will do a little better than 1.9 miles per gallon with no wind and no current. Now, that's pretty rare that I operate no wind or no current. So I try and blend all the detractions, I guess, right? All the inefficiencies of boating. Because what I care about is what am I going to pay fuel dock to fuel dock? So all my testing has been with my boat with all our gear and stuff on it. And when it comes to the prop and stuff, you want to test in perfect conditions to know what's capable of it. But realistically, I'm always fighting wind and current. So what do I usually see? Right now, I'm using, I use 1.6 miles per gallon as my average. For dock to dock, realistically, I'm getting better than 1.7. We went to Sydney, BC last weekend. Was it 175 miles round trip, I think it was. And I did it on 98 gallons of gas. It was better than 1.7 miles per gallon that whole trip, which was, and I was all cruising at 25 knots, you know, a little, you know, right around 30 miles an hour. So super happy with this. And, you know, so the next time I publish a video, this will probably be all stainless, and I'll have this welded back on, and it'll look sharp. And maybe I'll still do a vinyl wrap or something on the end of it, you know, make like a barber pole. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe they could offer that. That'd be really cool. PowerTech would offer like some custom matching colors or something on it. Yeah. But anyway, if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below, and thanks for watching.
If you enjoyed this video, click the link to watch another. And don't forget to like and subscribe, as it really helps us out. Thanks for watching.